toe rev matching is a technique that allows smoother down changes in a manual car. It's used when driving quickly on a racetrack, but it's also useful when driving slowly on the road. In this video, we will explain the benefits of this technique and show how to use it both on the road and also on a racing circuit, so you can decide whether you want to learn this method of changing gears. Before we continue, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next video. And if you find this video interesting, please click the like button as it really helps other people find us. Before we get to heel and toe, let's remind ourselves why rev matching is useful. The main benefit of rev matching is that it prevents the nasty jerk that sometimes happens when engaging the clutch after changing down a gear. Having a smooth down change not only feels more comfortable, but it helps to keep the car's weight in balance and also extend the life of the clutch. Rev matching can help us do this at any speed, which allows us more flexibility when choosing gears. This gives us the option of using lower gears more often, which is handy when we want to increase our engine braking before driving downhill or approaching a junction. We have a separate video about normal rev matching, so click the link above if you would like to have a more thorough explanation. The advantage of the heel and toe method of rev matching is that you can do it whilst braking the car. This is useful when slowing for a junction or bend and also need to change gear. Of course, this technique will involve pushing all three pedals at once, so it is something that is best suited to more experienced drivers. There is no need to do this when learning to drive, so if you are getting ready for your driving test or have recently passed, don't worry about any of this just yet. However, if you are an enthusiastic driver and want to learn, let us explain how to heel and toe. It's easiest to practice our foot technique with the engine off to start with. We need to press and hold the brake pedal first, and then give the accelerator a quick push. You can do it like this, or like this. Despite the name of the technique, you don't have to push the accelerator with your heel. In fact, Matt prefers to use the side of his foot instead. Which foot position you prefer might depend on the size of your feet, your style of shoe, and also how close the brake and accelerator pedals are in your car. Perhaps try both and see which works best for you. Now we'll start the engine so we can practice revving the engine the right amount. The actual amount needed when driving on the road will vary depending on which gear we are selecting and how fast we are driving, but for now we'll aim for 2000 RPM. The next step is to start driving and try our technique whilst changing gear. We are going to practice at low speed between two nearby roundabouts before we drive on any faster roads. The speed limit here is 40 miles per hour, so we'll get up to that speed and then practice our heel and toe technique as we down change into second gear. To get a smooth gear change, we need to keep the brake pedal pressure consistent while we quickly push the accelerator to increase the engine speed. The engine speed doesn't need to be exact, just as long as it's near to the speed it will be in the next gear after we lift the clutch. We also need to time everything correctly so the clutch is engaged just as the engine is at the correct speed for the new gear. Another try at this roundabout. Let's see that again in slow motion. We start braking, select second gear, increase engine speed, and release the clutch. If everything feels smooth, then we have done it correctly. But if we feel a jerk, then that shows the engine was at the wrong speed when the clutch pedal was lifted. So we start braking, push the clutch and select second, blip the accelerator and release the clutch. When driving a car with a less responsive engine such as a diesel or petrol turbo, we will need to push the accelerator more to ensure the engine revs up enough before lifting the clutch. However, if we drive a car that has a responsive small petrol engine without a turbo, we won't need to push the accelerator as much, as the engine will rev up more quickly. It could take a little while to master this technique, but as with everything else, the more we practice, the better we will get. Being able to change gears smoothly whilst braking is useful in all kinds of situations, such as approaching a steep downhill gradient, slowing for a junction, or even a sharp bend. Here we are about to leave this dual carriageway. However, there is quite a short slip road before the next junction. We just don't have time to change through every gear, so instead we change straight from 6th to 2nd gear and approach the give way line at a safe speed. Missing out gears like this is called block gear changing. Click the link above to watch our separate video if you want to know more. The heel and toe technique can be useful anywhere we want to change down a gear whilst braking, but remember that its main benefit is that we can change gear more smoothly even at slow speeds. If you ever visit a racing circuit, this technique will be a huge help, as it will allow you to keep the car nicely balanced as you brake and change gear for each corner. Since we are driving faster, we are using the engine at a much higher speed, up to 7,000 RPM in this car. To get a smooth rev match, when we change down, we will need to press the accelerator much harder to get the engine speed high enough, about 6,000 RPM here. This is far higher than we used on the road when driving at normal speeds, but helps the engine deliver full power quickly as we accelerate after the corner. Taking your car onto a racing circuit like this can be great fun, but please don't try driving like this on the public road, as this would be very dangerous with all the extra hazards present in real life. So remember to practice your technique while stationary at first. Use slower roads to start with. Move on to faster roads when you are ready, and enjoy smooth down changes everywhere. If you found this video interesting, then please visit our channel, as there are over 150 more tutorial videos to help you improve your driving. If you would like to help us make new videos, then please consider becoming a member of our channel. Thanks for watching.